Okay, so we're going to start with our joint mobilization. Going to look up and down 5 to 10 times. Look over our shoulders, right to left. And rotating that head with some half head circles. If you feel like fully rotating all the way around, you can. Shoulder rolls. And while we're doing this, we're going to have our feet just slightly outside hip width, keeping our core engaged slightly. Ribs are down, shoulders are back and down, glutes are engaged. Just slightly, nothing crazy. Warm up your wrists. Just want to be thinking about good posture while we're doing this. Maybe dancing to music, apparently. Arm circles, you can start big, going backwards to small, and then rotate forward small and get bigger. Then we'll give ourselves some hugs. Just preparing our body to warm up. And as we're doing this, we're feeling all the different parts of our body. You can get some hip circles in there. If you need to work on some other areas, mobilize a joint longer than what I'm doing, please feel free to do so. Warm up those ankles. And I forgot to do the knees, so we're going to pop back up the knees. You can also rotate elbows if you want. I'm just going to do some knee juicers here. And some knee rotations. Okay, now we're going to actually work on warming up the entire body through stretching. We've got our flow warm-up one that we'll be doing. We start with 5 down dogs, then 5 knee push-outs, getting in that right runner's lunge, pushing that knee out, and then I'm going to internally rotate toward that knee for 5 reps. Next is going to be thoracic rotations. My left hand is flat on the floor and the right hand reaches, and then I'm going to switch to the other side for 5. We're then going to come up into a warrior's lunge. The right knee is bent, the knee is behind the toe, and the left knee is slightly bent and the hip rotates under. Now we're going into Cossack squat to lizard, 5 on each side. Trying to keep that hip behind the knee. Don't allow your hip to shift over past the knee, if that makes sense. Sometimes I see people where the knee stays in and the hip goes out past the knee. Make sure that you keep it angled where your knee is going over your toe and your hip is behind your knee. We're going to repeat this with 5 down dogs, 5 knee push-outs, On the left side, 5 internal hip rotations. Thoracic reaches. And then we're going to come up to the warrior's pose. And rotate that hip under and stretch out that right hip flexor. It's a pretty subtle movement, but you can really feel it when it's done right. And 5 Cossack squats on the right and lizard on the left. And the workout's going to be every minute on the minute, jumping jacks, air squats, push-ups or modification, mountain climbers, and then a minute rest for 3 rounds. So I'm going to be doing the full workout. You can do it with me, or you can just turn it off right now and do it yourself. But I wanted you to see the whole workout because I'm also going to be doing some modifications throughout it. If you get tired during the jumping jacks, there's a modification for that. There's modifications for the push-ups. Also, when you're doing your air squats, just go as far as comfortable on the squat. Ideally, I'd like for you to go below parallel, get that hip below your knee just a little bit. But definitely making sure the knees are tracking out over the toes. Your big toe, baby toe, and heel are engaged with the floor. You're not going up on your toes. You're not going up on your heels. We're trying to keep that chest up, not doing a bunch of bowing over. And just keep moving, okay? Because you will get a minute rest. On the push-ups, I want you to maintain a really nice plank position. Engage your glutes, engage your abs, and push through the floor with the heel of your hands. Do as many as you can without going to failure. I think I did 10 because I know if I kind of go past that, I might not be able to do any more push-ups. And here's a modification where I'm hitting the plank and just negative down, rocking back on my knees and coming up to the plank. Got knee push-ups. Again, keeping from the knee to the shoulders, everything nice and tight and moving in one piece. Can always stretch back in child's pose in between to relax those arms. Going back to my regular push-ups. And now the mountain climbers. This was actually way harder than I thought after doing the push-ups. So you may want to take a little bit of a break there. Maybe do the push-ups for 45 seconds and take like a 15-second break before hitting the mountain climbers. Because I was like, oh my gosh, wow. I could really feel it in my shoulders. Not in a bad way, but just, like this is going to get toasty. Okay, you've earned a minute rest here. Sorry for all the camera adjustments. I'm still figuring out this work from home video recording. And it's a lot of fun, though. I might need two cameras to, get different angles and things. I'm going to be going on this journey, and you guys are going to be going with me. And I appreciate any of your feedback as well to help make the videos better. Definitely let me know your thoughts if you want me to do the videos, like the workouts rather. If you'd rather I just post what they're going to be. I kind of like to feel what you're doing so I can identify with you when you tell me how your workout went, things like that. I'd rather just do it. So if I'm going to do it, may as well film myself doing it as well, so you can see that it is doable. And here we go back to our second round. I'm attempting to do a modification of a low impact jumping jack, which is clearly difficult for me to do, but there we go. I got it. So if the jumping is irritating you or bothering you at all, you can always take it down to a low impact version. All right, so that was 3 rounds. I'm ready to be done. Good work, everybody. Give yourself a little round of applause. I'm going to do some stretching, cool down a little bit, do some of the flow warm-up stretches we did earlier. Can also go into the pigeon. Butterfly position is always a great position just to cool down in and stretch out that lower back, those groin muscles. Also, kind of just centering yourself and allowing yourself to calm down, getting that heart rate back down. Straddle is always a great stretch. I kind of start with some little toe touches and grab a toe and reach over and then do it on the left. There's lots of awesome stretches you can do to cool down. You can also foam roll. Enjoy. Have a great night.